Hello, welcome to This Is For Me. I'm your host, Trisha. This is for processing, which it should be for sound quality because, guys, I do not know what is up with my equipment because I don't know how to use any of it. And I'm getting like the worst echoey feedback, but I've done so many tests right now. I need to be done with it. I just need to be done with it. So we're just going to go with this. And if it's bad, it'll be better next week. All right. So this is for processing. I was reflecting on the trauma that I am currently going through and how now that I'm an adult who has been to therapy and done a lot of self healing work and also have friends that are literally in the business of self healing. I have a friend who that's literally their business to teach people how to self heal through like physical ailments, mental ailments, emotional, all of it's connected, childhood, like healing your childhood trauma, reparenting yourself, all that. Okay. So, I was reflecting on the trauma that I'm currently going through, and I did find something to be grateful for, and that is that now I can recognize when I'm going through trauma. And as a child, you really can't. Like, you don't know what's happening to you. You also don't know that it's bad, right? Like you have no metric. You just think this is how the world is, when you're going through trauma. And you can't recognize how it might manifest in your thoughts, your behaviors, your future relationships. None of that. So now at least I feel like I can process the trauma a lot faster. It doesn't make it easy at all. And I've been very emotional lately. I maybe go a couple days without crying, but I know now at least that that's okay. And I'm moving towards the phase of acceptance and, in a way, coming to peace with certain things. I mean, I don't know if I can think of the correct phrase because coming to peace is not really the correct phrase because there's certain aspects of what I'm going through that it will never be peaceful for me. Certain truths I have to accept about family members who don't tell the truth, actually. That's a big one. That's a big one I'm trying to process and accept. But for me, so, again, go back and listen to all my old episodes because I'm going to talk about eating disorders again. It is what it is. If you don't want to hear about it, here you go. For me, when I'm going through a stressful situation, what my brain likes to do is say, oh, well, we don't have any control over that situation. So let's pivot and focus on something we can control. And for me, that's my body and my body image and how much I eat. And also, so I've been so stressed that it has made me lose my appetite a bit. And that's not great. And then what my brain does is when I see myself, I now know like body dysmorphia, when you know you have it, you know that, your eyes and your brain like lie to you about what you're seeing. But I will hyperfixate on these like little areas of my body that I perceive to be not good enough for me, right? And that I want to change. And I also happen to know that that's not healthy and that I don't need to be eating any less because I don't. And it doesn't change my thoughts, it doesn't change my perception, but I have the power to not act on that. And I mean, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult, but it's such an amazing step of growth for me because, yeah, I couldn't recognize that in the past. I was, trigger warning to anyone, I'm going to talk numbers here. So when I knew my dad was sick with cancer for years, I told myself it wasn't bothering me, but I was hovering around 113 for a couple years, and I'm 5'10", guys. She's tall. 113 pounds for a couple years. And then by the time, he died and I spread his ashes with my siblings, I was 109. So, she dropped even more weight. And yeah, I just didn't recognize in myself that that was not about me wanting to be thin. That was about me shifting my focus because anyone who has dieted, who's tried to lose weight, make lifestyle changes, it is all encompassing. It takes a lot. And for you to be extremely thin when your body knows that that's not healthy and wants to hold on to everything, that is so much focus and so much dedication that you cannot think about much else. And what a relief it is to not think about much else than just this little tiny thing of food, right? And movement when you have your family member dying. Thinking about food is like, oh my God, that's way better. Way, way better. Thinking about your growling stomach, way, way better. Okay, than thinking about your relative who's going to be dying or dead and you can't change that. So, anyway, fun show today, right? I hope you didn't come here to be in a good mood or uplifted anyway. Uplifted. Sorry, not here. Yeah. But anyway, I noticed this and then I noticed where my thoughts were going and that I don't need to act on them. And then all this stuff with my stepfather who has Alzheimer's, who's just getting progressively worse and worse as of late. I can't really help with that. I can't for many reasons. One, I live an hour away. Two, I have two jobs. And three, I am not a caretaker. I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified in all the levels, emotionally to do that, physically to do that. I'm just not qualified. And the part I'm struggling with is very uncharacteristic of me because we know I'm not a people pleaser and I don't believe in that. And most of the time I say, like, I don't care what other people think. Like, never have I ever asked someone, what do you think I should wear? Like, as if someone else's opinion is better than my own. Literally no one. As if I think anyone's taste is better than my own. Nope. Don't think so. Taste, I realize, is completely subjective, and I think mine's the best. So that is what it is. Okay. The part I'm struggling with is that if I do what is best for me, which is come to peace with certain things I can't change and accept the things I can't change, like in Al Anon, accept the things you cannot change, have the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference, all that. I don't like that could be perceived as me not caring. And I know no one else's perception of me should matter because I know what's in my heart and I know who's in my heart and I know my feelings, I know my thoughts, I know all of it, and no one else knows my story, no one else knows my childhood, much like I talked about last week. No one else knows my parents. And so it really shouldn't matter, if someone else thinks like, wow, okay, so she saw all this horrible stuff happening with her stepdad and like it looks like she's just, moving on. But I can't just not live my life and cry in a ball and just nonstop think about it. Now, I say this having basically done that for the past several weeks. I mean, that's been in the back of my head, for years now about my stepdad, but it's gotten, again, progressively worse. So going through that. And then on another turn, guys, right at the same time, I have been in like a year long on and off. I'm going to say non sleazy situationship, even though the person I told them about the term situationship and they did not like that term. They did not know that term until I told them what it was. And they did not like it because they thought it sounded very sleazy. And, we actually do have love for each other, like a ton of love and affection, and really care about each other. But this person's very private, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I do respect them, like utmost respect. But there have been a lot of reasons why it's been on and off, and there's a lot of reasons why it just can't work. And so that was like officially like, this is not going to, like, this can't happen. I'm just not in a place for it for many reasons. And that was really sad too, guys. And that was literally like at the same time. Now, in a way, it's kind of good because that's really secondary to what I'm going through with my family, but that's still a loss. And it's hard. And then in my head, like, I want love in my life. I love romance. I love love. I love affection. I love someone to like do sweet things for and just like share, happy, giggly times. And part of me is like, okay, well, then I got to be on the lookout like right away because I know it's going to take me a long time. So basically, my strategy is like, just look before you're ready because you're not going to find anyone anyway. So just start filtering through people on dating apps like way ahead of time because if you start now, maybe in 4 months you'll find someone. Okay, guys. So I'm not really on OkCupid. Like my profile's there. I don't really look on OkCupid that much because I have found in my, I want to say now like 3 years of, after my long-term relationship was over, my 3 years on dating apps, or maybe it's two. It's really two. Um, OkCupid is just like kind of subpar as far as like the crowd it draws. It's not really great. It's I don't know if it's like just older people, and I say that as a 38-year-old, but like guys, I look young and I'm attractive. I mean, I'm not a model, but like more attractive than the average person, and I say that confidently as someone with body dysmorphia, only because enough people have told me my entire life, and then they continue to tell me at my age, like strangers, various people. Okay, so not just people that like me. So I'm just gonna take that and just know that that's a fact. Now, am I attractive like every single day when I first wake up? Sure, no, no. In the summertime, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm gonna say, okay, Cupid, don't even waste your time if anyone's looking for that. Hinge, I find to be the superior dating app because the people there, I think, are looking for more relationships. I'm sure some people are looking to just hook up, but it seems like more people are looking to like really form some kind of a bond or relationship. Tinder, it says it's like good for everyone, but I don't know, guys. So far, it's so tricky. I mean, I have a bio, so you can filter it out through like people that actually have bios because this is just crazy, guys. Like, people, men, will literally just have a shot of their torso and that they're like a Virgo and 28 and like 6 miles away. Like, what? Like, do you think that's what women are looking for, a torso? I do not give a shit. Guess what? I have abs too. I have abs too. I don't need, no, no. And who cares? If you have a perfect body and your face is so gross you don't even want to show it. And also, yeah, like even if you do, if a guy is cute, but then he's got like nothing, like not saying anything about himself, like, okay. And then say you do match with someone who's cute and has a little bit something about themselves, immediately they go, "You seem cool, we should hang out." Sir, we haven't even spoken. We just texted like two things to each other. And this has happened multiple times where guys immediately like, so when can we see each other? When can we go out? We have not spoken. Oh my God. Do you not understand that like women are scared? And I saw a woman, she made a TikTok about this, saying the same thing, that I guess it's like a 3-to-1 men to women on dating apps. And the women, like when she asked why are more women not on dating apps, it was because either, yeah, men want to meet up right away and then they're rude when you want to like get to know them. God forbid you want like 2 phone calls before you meet someone, even in a public space. I still, maybe we don't even vibe on the phone and I'm not going to waste my time. That happened a couple years ago, and it was like good texting banter, but then I was like, okay, like phone call. And then the guy, it's not that I'm against people that aren't from this country, but like he barely spoke English and the humor just didn't translate. And he like didn't even get that I was not feeling it and was like, "So we meet soon?" Yes. No. Even he goes, "I remember this, guys." He's like, "I not have permanent apartment. I'm maybe move to your neighborhood." Oh my god. Like slow your roll. It was wild. Definitely, it was like a delete block situation there. Then there's guys that are just immediately sexual. Like one guy said something about my red hair, and I was like, "Oh, just so you know, it's like not my natural color, but God made a mistake." And he's like, "Oh, I don't care as long as I can grab a fistful of it and pull it." Like, ew, like, dude, we have not exchanged anything. Like, again, it was within the first like 3 or 4 like back and forth text on an app, even. Like, what? It was so, and then immediately was like, that was followed up. I was mid texting him, like, that's information better found out in the moment when you actually know someone, right? Like, you don't need to say that. And as I was like trying to text, he follow up texted before I could even text back. I'm not submissive like in any way at all. Again, cool to know, dude, but there is something too with guys that are in like their 20s that like are really into this whole sub dom thing, and that they need to like define the dynamics in the bedroom and like let you know that they're dominant men. And I don't know like where this came from. I thought the younger generation, like Gen Z and stuff, I thought they were supposed to be like more woke and feminist. And not saying you can't have like certain roles in the bedroom, like that's all well and good and fine. And I'm all about communication and all that. But just like, you don't need to say that. And like, also there's nothing more beta to me than just like needing to like expeditiously state how dominant you are. Like that's not the move, that's not the vibe. Okay, and also you don't know me, and I doubt that if you ever saw a 5'10" redhead such as myself in person, that you would speak to her that way. Like, I really don't. um So on Tinder, so I had been on there and then I like deleted it, but I didn't, I guess my profile was still active. So I like logged back in and I had like 3,600 something likes. Okay, Cupid was like 1,081. I don't even filter through. I'm just like, whatever, that can sit there. Guys, I just swiped passively. Like I was just looking at pictures, swiping through. Out of that like 3,600, there was literally like 5 cute guys. 5 guys. All right. And again, like with the exchanges, I pretty much just told you how those go. Like, not great. Not great. Or one guy was just, he was really far away. It was like, I didn't look and then I did afterwards and I was like, oh man, that sucks. Like, way too far away. And I know I'm not even ready. Like, I know I'm not even ready to start something, but just even the beginning process of looking. I told my person who I was in the situational relationship with, was mad at him because he was gonna make me like sort through all these fools, and people are just not worthy, and it's such a project. So I'm gonna try to get myself out into the world. And so who knows, maybe meet someone in real life. I don't know. I did see an article the other day that they were going to have this new movement, but the thing is I had never freaking heard of this movement until I read this little article on Refinery 29. And it's for this like, so you wear this ring, guys. It's to get away from dating apps because people are sick of them. So, and so many people are scared to hit on people in real life. Like they're scared. They don't want to, if they are woke, they don't want to be like rude or offensive and like have women be like, look, I'm not looking to get hit on right now. Da 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 da. Just because I don't have a ring doesn't mean I'm available. Like I get it. I get why men would be timid, or women, whoever, would be timid to approach someone. So there's like these like kind of neon, they look like they're glow in the dark almost, rings that you can wear. And then like if you see a single person with their ring on, then you know like, hey, they're single, I'm single, we're looking. I like the concept, only the ring is not cute. So that's a flaw, but what are you gonna do? I guess. I mean, I guess you can't make it too cute because then when someone's like attached, they might still want to wear it. That's a thing. So yeah, I'm going to try to get myself out. One, to get myself out of this like depression that I've been in, and two, because you got to get out of your house if you want to meet someone. I can't just meet someone in my apartment. And we're going to see how it goes. I'll report back, obviously. I will. I don't know if there's anything else. Oh yeah, there's also another thing that I am encountering. So, my TikTok feed is great, but I do get a lot of, dating experts, men and women, that will be like, well, if you're generally like a dominant woman, which I kind of am, I guess. I've been told like I have a strong personality, I'm confident. And I know, again, that's weird with people with body dysmorphia, but the older I get, like, the better the dysmorphia is. I know right now I'm having, like, a flare-up, but in general, like, I think I'm dope, right? Like, I think I'm funny, I'm smart, I'm, like, the best chef I've ever met in my life, okay? In my life. And I've met, well, no, I've met, like, same level. I've met same level. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm lying. There was this amazing place we went to in Puerto Rico, and I think it was called Clementine. That was amazing. That was like superb, superior. I know I'm not the best chef in the world. I'm just saying, as far as like people that you're gonna generally encounter in life, um, I got it, guys. I got it. Like as far as people you're gonna date, you're probably not gonna date anyone that's cooking better than me. All right, and I'm not, as the kids say, no cap. That's what I'm saying. All right, sounding real old. It's fine. So anyway, pretty dominant. And so, but in a relationship, like I like to be in my feminine energy. I'm like a cat. Like I want you to just like rub my back and scratch my head and be sweet to me. And you don't need to like buy me things, but I just like to be treated like the princess that I am. And not in like, it goes both ways. Like I will spoil you, I will make you a 5-star meal. Like we do not need to go out to eat. You don't need to buy me dinner all the time. Like that's not it. But I guess so what these experts are saying is like, well, you can't start off in your masculine energy. So like you can't initiate. And that's hard because I'm like, well, what if I want to initiate and let someone know, like, hey, it's okay. Like, don't be intimidated, because I've been told that I'm intimidating. So, like, I'm not once you know me, but I've been told by like several people that I am intimidating. So, like, I don't know. Well, I'm not supposed to, like, hey, let someone know, like, this is okay. You can talk to me. But then that's bad because then you're starting in your masculine energy. But then how are they going to know? I don't know. I don't know. That's to be continued, I guess. Okay. So, anyway, that's this episode. I think it's episode 28. It's going to be on YouTube. I hope the sound isn't awful. Sorry if it is. Hopefully, I'll figure it out. Maybe it's just a fluke. Those things happen. Anyway, have a great one, guys. I hope this helped someone.